Hola, buenas noches. Yo soy Jonathan. This is the Fender Player II HSS Stratocaster. I want to thank Samuel from Sweden, Singapore for passing me this guitar for review. Now, I always wanted to play the Player II Strat, the HSS configuration, and yeah, here it is. So this is from Ensenada in Mexico, and I'm telling you, I like this guitar a lot. So the finish and everything is great, you know. I didn't do much to it. Like I got this guitar out of the box that it came in. Now the box is untouched. It wasn't pre-set up in the shop or anything like that. I just took it out of the box, and yeah, it played really well. And I just had to do a little work on the intonation. That's about it. You know, granted the fact that this traveled quite far from the place of origin to Singapore, and this is strung with 09s, right? Didn't do much to anything. I didn't even do anything at all because this tremolo system came floated in a nice way, not overly floated, and you know, it's just nice and it plays really, really smooth. So more about that later. Let's just go through the appointments, all right? So this guitar features a chambered mahogany body. Now it comes in with three options: the chambered mahogany, this one, the alder, and the chambered ash. So this is the transparent cherry burst, right, with a gloss polyester finish. Really nice. I can see a little bit of grain here. Yeah. There is a difference between the alder and the chambered mahogany. I'm going to talk about that too later on. Also features a maple neck, all right, and a slab rosewood fretboard. Right. So what's the difference? Go read about it. There is a difference because halfway after 1965, or you know, probably after that, they just started putting veneer on it, and this is the slab rosewood, which is a slab of rosewood wood on the fretboard, and nice rolled off at the side. You know, not a whole lot like, you know, not as crazy as the ones that you see in the Tyler guitars, but you know, nicely rolled off, which doesn't give you a sharp feeling along the edge. Very nice and comfortable. You have a 9.5 fret radius. Right, this is a modern C shape. You're not mistaken. Yes, this is a modern C neck shape with a synthetic bone nut of a nut width of 42 mm. Right, you have the headstock, which is in gloss polyester, and then you have a string tree, which I would take out if this guitar is mine. And you have this nice tuners from Fender. These are the Fender ClassicGear tuners, right? Nice. I like the way that it feels on my hands. You know, the tuning ratio, I'm not too sure about it, but it's nice. No problem with the tuners at all, right? You have white dot markers on the fretboard as well as the side, right? And these are medium jumbo frets, nickel, right? For the body, you have a 3-ply pickguard, white pickguard, with a 5-way pickup selector switch, 1 volume, 2 tones, and then the output jack is on the side, traditional style. You have a 2-point synchronized tremolo with bent steel saddles, my favorite, right? I love this, right, so much. I just like the bent steel saddles, with the 2-point tremolo system on most of my guitars, with a tremolo system. So these pickups are from Fender. These are the Player Series Alnico II humbucker for the bridge, and Player Series Alnico V Strat Single-Coil for the middle as well as for the neck, right? I'll talk to you about the pickups also later on. And then for the back, you have the Fender logo with a 4-screw neck joint, white 3-ply back plate for the adjustment of the spring tension as well as changing strings. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. Very, very typical Strat. At the back, you will see the serial number as well as a Fender 70th anniversary Stratocaster, and made in Ensenada. Right? Okay, so the way it plays, beautiful. I like the action of this neck. 9.5 is, it's one of my go-to fret radius for any Strat style guitars, but sadly they are not featured a whole lot more than I wanted to, because a lot of them are going for like 12 yeah, for the modern player, but for me 9.5 is really good. I used to love 7.25, but 9.5 is great. It's nice, and the jumbo frets, the medium jumbo frets are really comfortable for bending, and the rosewood fretboard is really nice. You can see like little red tints on it. I just love it, right? Aesthetically, when I'm looking at it, it just looks good and plays good, right? No sharp bends, no road bumps or speed bumps. Really nice. Okay, so for the sound, you have these 2 lovely single coils. These are the Alnico 5 single coil and Alnico 2 humbucker at the back. Now, granted the fact that this is a chambered mahogany, which I stated earlier, there is a difference in tone. I kind of felt it, right, when I was playing. So the chambered mahogany, number 1 is chambered, number 2 is mahogany. And you know how mahogany sounds like, especially on a Les Paul or some mahogany body shape. They are not too bright, not as bright as alder. In fact, I think the alder would project more for Strat, but it's a nice take because this becomes a slightly warmer kind of Strat, not the usual bright kind of Strat that you're so accustomed to. Now, of course, if you want that, you can always choose the alder option and not go for the chambered mahogany or the chambered ash. The chambered mahogany will give you a little bit more of a warmer sound, right? I don't know whether you can pick it up or not, because this is what I'm hearing, because my amp's EQ hasn't been touched since I got this amp. This is the sound that I'm sticking to, so I can kind of tell the difference. And I can tell you that this is a little bit warmer than an alder body. Nice, I like it. Like I said, you have mahogany and then you have the chambering of this guitar body. So yeah, it equates to a certain effect, a certain EQ for this guitar. Now, the pickups are really helpful because this Alnico 5 single coil gives you a little bit of a modern touch, and it's nice and it's crystal, so it helps to kind of give you the bright sound that you're looking for in a Strat. But when it comes to an overdrive sound, like an overdriven sound, it gets kind of lost, especially if you're in the middle pickup in the mix. So you need to kind of boost up a little bit on your EQ as well as the volume. But other than that, it's fine. I kind of like the sound I'm hearing. The Alnico II humbucker at the back is nice. It's not overwhelmingly loud. I mean, it's a great output, a really good, healthy output. I could say that it's between mid to high output. Really nice, and it drives any overdriven amp or any overdrive unit with no problem at all. Nice tone I'm hearing, and not as sharp and jangly as some Strats are. Like, you know, even like those with the humbuckers, they sound a little bit too shrill. This is just nice, under control, and if you employ a good compressor, everything will be under control. The tones and everything works well. There's no problem, no crackle, nothing, no pop. Sound-wise, I have no problem with this guitar at all. Playing-wise, I have no problem with it at all. You are, again, presented with two options, the chambered ash, chambered mahogany, and the alder. So if I were to get this, I would go for the alder. Now that I played the chambered mahogany, unless I want a different take, unless I have other alder Strats and I just want a chambered mahogany, which I'm sure some of you do have a lot of Strats. Now, this has, in a way, changed my whole perception of how Fender guitars are these days, because I didn't have too much of a good experience when I was in Vegas, when I rented a couple of Strats, and those are like Player Plus Strats, made in America and everything. I just find that they don't sound as good as they used to, even with the noiseless pickups and the works and everything that you'll find in the Player Plus series. This, on the other hand, just kind of like giving me hope to know that a guitar that's made in Ensenada in Mexico can sound really good, and you don't have to pay through your nose for it. This is pretty affordable. This is like what? This is like going for $1,116, right? So $1,116. And the appointments are there. You know, the tremolo system worked fine. I don't see it going out of tune. Like I said, I would change that string tree, you know, to a roller one. I wouldn't bother even to change the tuners. The tuners work fine. But if I don't want a string tree and I won't get too anal about it, I'll probably change to a staggered locking tuners. But I don't think I would do that for this guitar. I would just probably change the string tree. And it's playable right off the box, you know. And yeah, I don't mind playing this guitar on stage, basically. It just takes a little bit of time to kind of set up the intonation, like most guitars, but I spend less time on this guitar than the other guitars that I reviewed recently, so that's good news. Right, so something that you guys might be interested in, because it's affordable, like I said, and it's a very well manufactured guitar. You know, it plays really well, sounds really good. Okay, guitar is available in Singapore, in Sweetie, Singapore. So if you're in Singapore, pop on down to their flagship store in Clarke Quay. Check out what they have to offer and give it a try. I'm sure you'll like it. Right? And for those of you guys who are in the North American region or Europe, I'm sure there are guitars like this presented in your local shops. Right? Let me know what do you think about this guitar, and leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you. I really do. Right? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. Press the bell for notification of future videos to follow, and please be part of Patrons to support this channel. I need the support, and this channel cannot go on without support from my patrons. So be part of Patrons to support this channel. I would appreciate it. So please take care of yourself, and I'll see you real soon. Dios lo bendiga. Adios, amigos.